double duelists. There's no more excuses.
I agree that a lot
You
is
gotta
on
show up
the
here when it
ISO
matters
performance.
most.
For sure.
You definitely got to show up.
Vate 44 with the Prime. Thank you the 7 months, dude.
Untested now for 2G. They've been
See here,
studying
man.
the
Thank you
tape
for
of
that.
Fnatic, and let's see if they can
Okay,
get anything
potentially
done here
the
with
last
those
map.
two
M80
at the helm.
2-1.
Spike
Starting on
and
defense.
Silence also
2G on attack.
back on the line where M80, if they win this map, it's over for the run for 2G. And 2G, you want to start things
Decoy
off now
trips
on
the
on
alarm
attack
ball. We
side,
break the
hitting
turret.
B-side,
Double smokes as a
activating
recon
shield
clears.
already.
We've got
The
nothing to
doubles
stop
have to
the
come through.
plant, and we
And
have the
first blood
lurk
for
in
Spike.
garage. He then
Clawing to
TP's
try to
back to
chase it
spawn.
down.
This is a
Not gonna
nice
be able to get there
pistol.
because the gate crash has already sent Spike all the way deep in towards his spawn again.
Wow,
And
this is
Prizey is
awesome.
just gonna not allow any sort of a flank through grass. Paranoia cuts across the B side as M80 find their entrance back on in. Zap holding from one side.
Give me a
Silence
countdown next round, please.
Tags are in. Xander's
Yeah.
right click. Formidable to say the least. Off the reload. Able to find the elimination. But BCJ and Xander have to do this all themselves in the 2v3. BCJ trying to hold. Here comes the bodyguard from Xander, but it's only so much. And
Very
Spikes will make
nicely
sure
done. This was a cool
no
pistol. They
further
had so
defuse
much
to
going
come
on at the
through.
same time. It was a
And there
really
you
nice
go.
bounce.
2G with the opening pistol.
This could have been a dangerous post-plant
25,
2G because it
24,
wasn't really planned to a spot
23,
where
22.
you could just spam
Yeah, that's
a hole.
perfect.
It was
20.
a whole half of a sphere that could be diffused here, so BCJ could have been wherever he could have been to survive the spams that would come across. But thankfully here, they still had the power of numbers. They also still isolated that last player that was trying to help him out, which was Xander here on that B site.
100 fees
They're able to
versus the
score
comp on
first here for this
13-7
two-game,
against Sen, even with cryo bomb
composition in this team,
fragging on the
and
ISO.
Quite an interesting
Hey,
one here.
maybe
This
not as
has
much onto
been
the ISO.
a permaban for 2G as well. We haven't
Maybe
seen
the
this
comp
all
hasn't
year.
lost.
They've never played it in the Brazilian side.
Jed
So
is on a
there's no
boat
tape.
with the 15 months. Thank you so much
Now,
for the prime.
hopefully,
Thank you,
M80
thank
has
you.
been studying the Fnatic composition too.
Yeah.
They could be ready for this. Looking to be ready at least for the second round. 4 players up on the A side.
Well, there we go again. Double tap out.
Triple short
Decoy
hold
goes
with the
first.
guy
It's just
spawn. They got a good
so
crossfire
hard to deal
still.
with this initial hit. Step
Yeah,
on forward,
but
Silence, able to get the reset.
ISO shield.
BCJ just outside the dark cover. Koala Noob holding with him is 2G. Not able to plant, at least not as of yet. Nismo
like
with his
the
shoulder. At least able to
feel like
see
the side
something.
smoke actually-
Flashes out, but the trigger discipline.
Damn, that's a nice way to do it, man. That was really, really crispy. Use with the prime also. Thank you so much for that, man. Welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you for doing that, dude.
It almost got nervous there where he would miss the
Sentinels
first shot.
is a bad Haven team. They definitely got better throughout the year.
But it also shows a
I'll
lot
give them
here
that.
into how 2G's currently
I don't think it was one of their best,
facing
though.
the
I kind of agree
adversity
with you.
Potentially ending their run if they
But
lose
it
this
did get
map
better as the year
against
progressed.
M80. The fact that he's able to still capitalize and reset and get these 3 kills, the fact that these guys have never played a BO5 and come out with this composition and are able to convert a pistol round and also win the anti-eco, it shows how much
How's the
grit
bonus
this team
looking?
has
Bonus is
right
looking
now
great.
as a team.
3 rifles, double Spectre.
Oh, it's a bonus that will feature 2 Vandals, a Guardian, 2 Spectres, and Spikes is already getting aggressive.
And we might be good for a bonus here as well. Loads of pressure over towards A. Giant question mark because we 5 persons, sorry, 4 persons send it up towards C. Holy hell, they're all over them. That first kill has completely wrecked them.
M80 are thrown for a loop. They went through all their smokes towards that side. There's no more smokes towards the front of the C site either for Xander. But thankfully, Net was holding here towards that ceiling, so nobody on the attack could push forward for 2G.
Would ever do analytical and casting similar to Still? I think it just works better as a watch party. Like, I'm not hype enough for casting.
Holds back this M80 retake. Try to change up the angle. Xander's
And I wouldn't want to force it.
towards the plateau. Silence, right there with Zap. Just sprays down. Trades are decent. M80 trying to fight from the high ground. Have to fight this position at long. You also have a cut across the map as Prize is going to try to work his way in through Garage, and there will be no further elements of this retake for M80, and even beyond that, Xander will not be able
Plus
to
it's
save a
just
weapon.
hard
The
in
bonus
general
is
as well.
good in 2G.
That was a great round. Great round from them. Really loved it.
Jinx it here for 2G, but it's
They
looking
completely
to
owned the
be
minimap game-wise.
a very strong showing for them to push this to a map 5. Because again,
that's
M80
the power
thrown
of the
on a
Yoru,
loop.
right?
One single push forward, taking
Yeah,
down
pretty much.
BCJ that's trying
One
to do the
TP
recon
too.
solo play towards the A side,
Fold them.
swings towards the sewers and gets caught. And not
More of a
only
shocked
that,
but calm
the
kind of
fact that
guy.
they tried to
Yeah, it's a
flood
good way to sum it
retake
up.
and it gets countered
Dude,
by
I've just watched too
a
many
flash
games,
from
man. That's
Spike
what
and
it
a
is.
recon
It's hard
for
for me
Zap
to get, like,
all the players
crazy
blinded and
eyes.
hit by a ping. M80 does not look ready to play against this comp, so Xander has to be on point on how he reads this play, and also for the coaching staff to watch it round by round to try to come back in this game.
Smoke, recon ball through long, double
Whoa.
stack for M80. Quality,
Really?
aggressive right up through sewer, but he misses the window. Xander also gonna have to be pushed off. The neural theft gonna force him back into sight where the hit is already underway.
Yeah,
First
the
quickly is next. Sheriff in hand for him. Decoy just goes a bit
the
awry,
default
and,
cage that they're
no
doing
effort for Xander to
here
go. Another
really own
backlight
them.
flawless for 2G.
And this is where you're playing against the lower buys of your opponents, where you could snowball
Too old to
so
get
much
hyped as well,
around
damn.
the ISO. And
Thank you for
this
that.
is such an important
Still
ult to
though,
bring now with
surely,
the kill contract
surely that
going
goes
into
for
the
him
next
as well.
round, where you have a gun round available here for M80, and you're already seeing him looking at each other, trying to figure
Yeah,
out
that's a
how
nice
to play
early
against it,
timeout.
and already
I say
he has the
early, it's
timeout
pretty
coming
much
out
on
from
cue.
M80, just to at least calm the snowballing effect that two gamer
Favorite match to watch? I always prefer Haven, man. I think Haven's just the best map in this game.
How do you play around here? This double duelist pulled out by 2Game.
And this is the important
Is it
part,
like
and
being
I'm glad
over
you brought
20?
this
Bro,
up,
that was a long
because
time
this may
ago.
seem
I
premature,
mean, I know I
think,
still
in
am
the
over
larger
20, but
scheme of when a timeout gets
I mean, you'll
called,
find out
but
soon enough.
This is an important moment. You've seen now a couple of, you saw the bonus, you saw a full gun round, and Happy needs to make a call of, hey guys, remember, this is what this comp does best.
How many total viewers do I have right now? I'm not sure, dude. I never really look at my viewers. I don't really.
Now, because you weren't able to prep this map
I'm not really
at all
about
for what 2Game
that
are going to do. You have a
to like
mind
change
in terms of what
anything.
you want to do.
I think that's
Obviously,
like
it's your pick,
not a
but
good,
it's one of those
good way
situations
of
that
doing this
you
stuff,
don't know
because
what
then you
you're
get like
playing
2
against.
viewer
You don't
base.
really get to play a counter strat until you start to see what 2Game are doing. 4 rounds in, now you've got an idea in terms of what 2Game wants to do, and M80 can really start to establish what their identity in this map is going to look like.
Yeah, and the thing too is how do you nullify Spike's map control that he's currently taking by himself here for the team for 2Game, because this is
Well,
something
that
that's
is
not
true, though.
unorthodox here.
That's very
plays
true.
this agent as well. He's also
Okay,
able to
ISO ult,
create
pretty
a
hard
lot
to
of
lose
these
around with the
fakes and
ISO
TP
ult,
out
not gonna
and then
lie.
just
It is
throw
a
their opponents
crazy
into a
strong
false
ult.
rotate.
Drone
So
into
that
ISO
said,
ult
the
into rush the
wolves stop
site.
that pace. There's a lot of things happening towards the
Oi,
C side
we
already, though. At least
dodged the
Xander's able
ult
to
though,
avoid.
that's pretty
I
nice.
really like what he
Great
tried to
start of
do.
things for M80.
BCJ
He
will
knows
now
if
tries to
he
fight
gets
back.
the
And through the
controller
contingency,
to
M80
the drone
actually
solves
stopped the
Xander,
play towards
right?
C long.
Yeah,
If he
that's
gets
true.
the
Xander follows
controller
up with
and
some
gets
spam
the
for
kill, it's
smoke.
pretty
That will
much a
work out
done
for
round
elimination on
with
the
a
Zap,
C
so
plant.
that's one
I
way
mean,
to
I think they're
counteract it.
just
I feel like often
getting
when we
the
saw
first
this comp
person they see
become
here,
popularized
honestly.
by Fnatic,
Everything's
it's just like,
got
how do you deal with a double
Yeah,
block
that
that
really
takes
makes
you
it.
down these long choke points?
Yep.
And unless you can
Oh,
find
he
out
just
to do things
barely
like
got
fall
off
line
of
and
it.
Oh no,
repair,
Xander
it
did great
feels
to
like
get
it's
out of
free
here.
entry. This time Xander just steps up, finds a
As
kill,
soon as he
and
hears
shuts
that,
down the
well,
play.
he kind of
If
knows
anything,
as soon
the
as the
first thing was
drone's
step
here, but
away
as soon as he
from
hears
the
the
ult that prevents him from
shield
getting all
pop
these
as well,
kills
you know
after,
100%.
this would have been a different
Heart
story
Attack
as well
Jack
if
with
he
the
got
Prime,
caught by
thank you
that.
so
Now
much,
it's
man. Appreciate the
that's a
11
C site
months.
open.
Thank you,
That's
thank you.
contingency, as you mentioned before, that gets so much value because there was no defenders on the side of M80 holding up towards the garage. And that's the other thing too. On the other side of the attack though for 2G, they never really went into any garage control for the split into the C site. So there wasn't really any big ways to really attack Xander. With him dancing out of the garage, at least there in the mid-round, Pricey gets that kill and an opportunity here for 2G.
Imagine they steal
to turn
this
it around on
somehow.
a pulse plan.
They need to worry about what happens over towards garage. Fault line will come through first, trying to get the isolation over to Luis. He's trying to get the teleport out, and Koala News
Holy.
in and out of the dark cover.
Switching positions.
Just enough
Yeah.
to keep Luis occupied. But keep in mind,
He had the Omen bug. You know when you're like in the side of the smoke and it like fades, but then you still get it hits you? You couldn't fully see him. Whoa, that was close though, man. That was real close.
Oh my
On
god.
the board.
Oh, that was
Does
so close
Koala
there for 2G
like
because
throw
that
the
back
op
TP
to
coming in from
use his
Luis
knives on
was
this one?
actually
It's a weird
quite
one. The
sick,
money's not
'cause
great.
most of the times the
We're
think
sitting
he'll-
around like
outside of B-main,
3,200.
out of
I think he'll
contention,
throw
out
it
of
to
any
Xander,
danger, and he's
who
willing to go
play
head-to-head
top
against
C
players
on and off
inside
and
And then he'll
A-lane.
just start knifing.
And
Yeah.
In the
thankfully for
hero
M80,
knife, yeah.
it was a dash available from Koala Noob, goes right through the smoke, and Luis couldn't get that pick, and then almost Pricey winning a 1 versus 3. So despite M80 having a great start with how Xander was holding towards the C site, it still ended up being a very, very costly round for M80 to win. They carry over and off, but look at the rest of the buy.
Yeah.
It's half shields, only a Guardian, and a couple of rifles.
Contingency out. BCJ aggressive through
Yeah,
a
not on
long
this
play
one.
for the orb. Collects it.
Oh.
And wants more. Bold, to say the least, but at least confirms the information. You also saw for a moment the contingency was already thrown
It was
over
close
towards
the run
C.
before. It's insanely
That's not
close.
part of this play. What
They
do you
did really good in the
use
2v4 to make
if
it so
you're
much
2Game
damage.
Esports to crack the code on either of these sites? Because usually it's a double tap contingency. They don't have that anymore.
Yeah. Could have been potentially trying to control the A orb as well while they're selling this fake towards C, so you could have a dimensional drift.
Yeah.
So you're actually really nullifying the opportunity to gain good value out of your recon. And literally talking about recons, it's the owl drone to try to sell a fake. You're trying to insert Pricey
Drone
here
and then the
after you
insta
bump
drone
that,
back.
but they
I'm gonna
can
flash
break
this
the
guy
auto.
W
This is
forwards
huge
to see him.
for
Yes, he does. Very nice.
Well, I mean, that's just an overheat from Xander. He thinks he's got him dead to rights. The
He thinks it's just one
Just
person.
holds the angle, turns that into a free first blood. Nismo, fault line, avoided by
Yeah, there's some
Silence.
tunnel vision going on here.
Let's get the reset of the double tap. Luis, up and over. Not going to be able to take down Koala Noob, who tries to now have to do it himself. Operator and knives to play with. 125 collective health pool.
Left.
But the spike is on A, and there's a long lurk from Zap.
Give me the spike planted.
Good first. And if he gets the read into Zap, maybe there's a chance, but he's just trying to hold the op in. Yep, he will just
Ooh, he had him.
narrowly. Well, I
Wait,
say
there's
that.
noise though.
So just narrowly avoids Zap, and he runs right back to his direction, and 2G will get up for again.
What a brutal time.
Feeling it.
Win one, lose the next.
Still
1-9
was a
loss
great
bonus.
attempt, though,
Everyone
from
sits
Xander
around
to run it down. Yes, it looked
2,100.
questionable at the play, but to follow behind the Allen drone that it spots the opponents because the Allen drone didn't get shot. He blinds 2 players, but look at that. Pricey
Yeah, there was a
staying
double
very
tunnel vision
close,
here.
and being nearsighted, you're still able to potentially spot the tip of the barrel of Xander walking through, and you win that fight. That was huge there for the side of 2G, but once again, not necessarily defaulting to a point where it's just Euro making noise at this point. That double walk down in that spot into sewers, once again, shows here for M80 that they're being thrown for these fakes.
Yeah. Dimensional drift contingency, wide open C site. Just classics and a sheriff for net. Hunter's Fury, maybe, but unlikely. Spike will be planted. Luis will make sure of it.
Spike
And
planted.
there will be a long lurk from Koala Noob. He saw the gate crash come back, but he's in a little bit of
He's
trouble
gonna let
getting
them
through
get
this
onto
trap
site
wire.
and then
The rest
play
of his
late,
teammates
play the
stacked
super
up, looking
late.
to play the other side of the site. Paranoia cuts across. Recon bolt in the backside. Is there any opportunity for Koala Noob to get some isolation? Doesn't look
Yeah,
likely.
decides to
Double
go.
tap
Oh,
for
honestly, this is
Koala Noob
nice
does
timing
make
on
his
this.
play, but
Whoa, they put a
really
silver
catch
ore
one by
into it.
surprise. Hunter's Fury.
That
wow.
is
That
really,
is
really
able to
bold,
tally
man.
off of the neural theft that also I think got popped, or probably the recon that got initially hit. But Luis getting 2 has now made this round extremely expensive
And
for
he's gonna
M80.
try to get half before the
And
smoke
BCJ will
goes.
not have a chance to further onto the fusel.
Especially when Koala Noob can
2G
get
got
that
a silver
backstab
ore
there,
out of
and
them as well.
That allows here
Take
that neural
that.
theft to be thrown by Pricey just on the body of Koala Noob, which then gives you the information and not an opportunity for Xander to really go in and diffuse off the smoke that he covered himself with to try to hit that diffuse. So it looked pretty good, at least to flip back
Zasin
in
with
that
the
moment,
Prime. Thank
and
you
it
so
looked
much for the
fairly
5 months.
decent in amount of damage that they were able to do, but
Has
it
the
turns
game
out to
been?
be
Yeah,
fairly
pretty
costly
decent, man.
on the eco side of M80 when
We haven't
you're
had,
forced
like,
out and
too
you
close
try
a
to
map
gamble play
yet.
with the Hunter's
Yeah.
Fury.
This was kind of the
That's gonna hurt
closest.
here on your attack side for M80 for sure.
Yeah, really, really, really badly.
Here.
Well, operators back in hands of Koala Noob. Rifles for everyone else. A couple of light armors to be considerate of. Kill contract is nearly earned for Silence. Same can be said for Zap and his Hunter's Fury. The only other thing to really kind of consider is if Net finds elimination, he will have a lockdown. Angle held by Koala Noob over towards A-Long. But the hit for 2G. Looking to once again just play this contingency down. See, that is a very interesting
That is.
contingency.
He's gonna be getting
Doesn't really
ISO
block
ult
the
with
lane,
this
it
one,
just tries
so
to
gets
block that top
ISO ult.
platform, and there will be
Yeah,
no execute beyond that.
If anything, it gets you on the top of the C, the top C at least, if you want to explode around that.
I mean,
But
it just gives
that
you the
said,
orb
you're
every
seeing
single
how
time. And
M80,
on a
with the amount of times
comp
that they're
where
trying to
this
fight
kind of
back
secures
against
you
Euro, making
around
a lot of
and
noise
this
and
inferior
getting
secures
TP'd
you
out and being
around,
forced
that's
on these
insane.
rotates, they're anchoring up a little bit more.
And, like,
But
this
when
is
they
pretty
anchor
good
up
at
a little bit
securing
more, look
around.
at how much space 2G has to be able to play around.
Yeah. Well, this
You
could
have to
get
play
interesting.
so reactive.
Yeah, Net's going to get an alarm off. Yeah, this is a good look from the observers. He gets one. He can immediately get to a position to pop lockdown and stop this play from even happening.
Yeah,
He's
do they
looking to get out of
just
sight.
insta-get out of
Wants the
here?
lockdown to come through.
Oh, he does it
And
nice and
immediately
early with 30
now
seconds.
an
What's
issue
the
here
cooling
for
like
2G
from
on this approach.
2G?
Again, they've got no contingency here. Legitimately, not
He's
just
trying to
versatility,
force
them to
but
go
also by
B.
where they rotate to. They're going to
Yeah.
try to go B.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Now
mercy.
Nismo
Can
has
they
a
actually get
stun,
there in
2
time?
flashes.
Ooh,
They're
C.
going to do it one step forward. They're going to go
Yeah,
to
nice.
C.
C's good. Look at the
BCJ's going to have a
minimap.
recon for this.
It's
This
nice
is coming
of
down
them.
to does he
There
get a
wasn't
read?
much hesitation
He
as
can't,
well, honestly. It was
Because he
good
already
call.
used a Hunter's Fury on the previous round, so even if he gets a recon there, he can't deny the plant.
10
So this
seconds
is still winnable for 2G.
Yeah, they got to be careful because if
wasn't
Zap
for the
manages
retake
to get a
either.
luck kill here and gets a Sova ult, this retake's very
The
hard.
problem here for 2G is they have to be very cautious of is there going to be some sort of a flank with a heavy defensive stack towards A. Spike's the first one up. Good damage. Does not collect the elimination though. Quality.
Yeah, keep an eye on Zap here. Zap might get a kill in the back.
Hits almost everybody.
He does. Oh, he doesn't. Spike's got it. Oh my god. It might actually save them.
Prize deals with one. Trades back and forth. Koala still landing. Zap off of the reveal. Trying to come back over towards the spike. Able to take down one. But
No.
nothing
Do you know what's
more.
crazy here,
Koala
chat?
for three.
Is there's
And
a
with the
duel
spike
on
defused
this guy on
halfway,
spawn.
it's
This
M80
guy
getting
just
their
went
second.
for it. And so did this guy here. The guy on site gets the kill, not the person behind. This was the Sova. Would have been all. Would have probably been the rounds. That is nuts.
But then after the fault line happens,
The
you
little
saw
things
already
sometimes.
that Luis tried to jump into safety, back towards default, try to make plays in that spot, and then unfortunately falls, and it makes that lurk not work out here for Zap. He does do some econ damage at that point, but it becomes a good flood retake in the end, based off the fault line thrown from Nismo. So great value once again off the utility. Yes, he maybe
Look at
has
some
not
nice
had
ults,
the
though.
best in terms of fragging capabilities in these roles so far in the last two maps, but he's definitely making the util work in favor for
Yeah,
M80. to at
classic
least
Omen
salvage
ult
his second
towards
round.
heaven. Another ISO ult that doesn't hit
Not gonna
anyone
lie,
though.
this ISO gameplay has been
And then,
less
I
than
mean, this guy's got to
inspiring.
get out of there. And these two on short, do they then just push
Contingency
long?
both come up empty
Yeah.
again. Site will be taken, but
Kinda.
M80 are fully healthy.
They're just holding strong
and
on
they
short.
are one
What a
Nismo
weird round.
elimination away from having a Rolling Thunder for this retake, and Luis has shown himself.
Nismo
and
went
Nismo
away from his ult is
clearly
big.
had
They
a
haven't
chance
cleared
to punish.
sewers though. They haven't cleared sewership, and there's double players
I'm sure
here
he's going to
for
be
M80.
given a pick.
Looking at it,
That's
and
nice.
Net
And
will
then
say
do you just
not
hold
so
the angle with the
fast.
op now?
Nismo
Oh
down
man,
to the
Net's
front,
done
Net
insane.
working through
I don't
sewer.
think they know
Second
about
Paranoia
Koala.
is gonna
Yeah, they
land.
don't even think the one
And the
shot.
fall down from Nismo doesn't really work out, actually.
Well, we still got the
Silence
Sova ult though, so they got to tap
inside
Spike
hell.
early.
Luis right there
Is he going to
with them,
pop
and he
this
catches a
Sova?
face
Nah.
full of frags.
Shot.
Just down to Zap, which has
Ah,
been
it's
enough
unlucky.
before. Recon
Wait.
Bolt does not get around the corner, but it may work out.
does
Koala
that-
still gets revealed by
does
it.
that work?
He knows it's on the edge, but Koala Noob with the operator not going to miss. A second tallied in a row, and M80 have brought us back to within
Pretty
three.
sure that shouldn't
I'm
scan
actually
him.
surprised they got the ping there onto
I'm
Koala, but
pretty
it
sure
looked like
that
he
shouldn't
was
scan him.
overextending on the missed recon
That makes
dart
no
was
sense
thrown
to
there
me.
by Zap. That could have been a dangerous wall bang there where you could have gone lucky for Zap and convert here this clutch in a one
Didn't matter
versus
either
three.
way, but
for somebody that we've been praising for the first two maps where Zap was getting so many multi-kills, he's actually been
It was on the
falling a little
corner.
bit
It was
quiet
like
here
close
going
to the
into these
corner.
rounds
It
where
must have been
in
closer
these
to the
moments where he
corner
had to
than I
clutch, where he had to
thought.
step up to the plate. We're not seeing it as much anymore.
No.
So it's not really just on, you know, Silence and Spike faltering just a little bit. And again, their stamina is being tested in this BL5, and it's falling short.
The confidence is here on this one. Disrespects the
Koala
Omen
just
smoke at
runs
long.
it down A long. Oh my. And all of a sudden, 2G got to be sitting here like, what? No way.
Honestly, like
Koala Noob
5
starts
is
doing
pretty
that,
good against
we're
this
in
comp.
trouble.
It's so strong on
I'm down
attack.
for it because Koala Noob pushing one extremities for like a one and
Breach,
done.
ooh,
while you
breach
have,
damage a little bit
Xander
late on this
inserted
one.
towards long C and a
Keep an
triple
eye on
stack
the
towards
Omen.
that spot. Now you're killing two birds with one stone. Right, you're putting one at the front, getting these kills, but we'll talk about it in a bit. There's
Yeah.
alert from Luis.
Oh, now
It's a
he knows
4-on-4.
about him.
Really well done. Good isolation.
Breach
Luis getting
ult hits
aggressive.
two.
Now the Rolling Thunder trying to find the retake over from the A
The
side
judge
of the
can
map.
clear
Luis
Luis
garage.
trying to shake off the status effects. Now takes his peek, and what a timing from Luis gets two. Net, Koala Noob trying to make this happen. Knives are out.
Yeah,
Has to deal
as soon
with
as
the initial trap. Hunter's Fury. It's able to get to halfway, and he sneaks away. Koala Noob almost tries to break the corner. Net with the retrigger.
I did what a
Gonna
ma-
work as
what a mad
Primal
round this
finalized
was.
the
This is
last
cool though.
2 kills in 2G.
Yeah, they handled it in the
Find
4v5 really well.
Again, this is just going to be continuous.
Yeah,
they
play
played
from
really
both
well.
of these
As
teams.
soon as the
Yeah,
breach
those-
damage is
If
too
you
late,
realize
it's
is
like
that he took down the
such a
Euro
dope
And
round.
and they're getting a lot of those lurks in garage right now.
Yeah.
Euro
That
TPs
guy
with the
got
rest
pinched
of them
heavy.
working towards the C site. So they had 3 players stacked there for M80. But this is a great way for 2G to just up the tempo wherever
Omen on
you know,
site,
the pressure
yeah,
is
he
coming
did
from,
awesome.
and they've avoided at least the pure stack that was happening here from M80 towards the C side to get the plant towards B. But it's Koala Noob activating everything, and now they're 2 rounds away of closing at least the
Pressure
gap.
over towards
where
A, straight
2G
up
looks
C
so
here.
dominant in the first half. They have to think on their toes, push it down towards middle.
Throw the
Low
spike to
buy that they
Euro.
have here.
And they're going to,
Pure
but
rifle for Koala Noob. And no opportunities to retake because there's a double
Yeah.
trip in the back from Prizey.
Yeah, they say one's not enough. We'll throw both. No way Koala Noob gets through that. He is on the hero rifle. Aldrone will see just silence. This angle from Spikes is a dangerous one. Paranoia is out though. That pushes him back towards the gate crash.
Can be a spam fest.
Net is still in position here, trying to threaten the
Keep an eye on the Omen that's now spawned. After the spike. Oh my, that's impressive spam.
He's behind the play of the defense. Net has done well over the backside. Xander gonna get to halfway. You gotta go. You gotta.
Whoa, that was close though. That was so close. Dude, who got the first kill on BCJ defusing?
That was so close.
Because that was the most important kill. Otherwise, that's a half into a half pretty fast here.
2G. We're M80 with the pressure that Net has been bringing. You talked about double trips here, where technically you should not be able to get value out of a flank. He still manages to get 2 Sheriff kills on top of that against 2G. But thankfully, from the shadows coming back, the last line of offense, poor Luis is able to save that round for 2G and not make it
back to back, another C hit.
Of M80.
And I think we're just doing this with the Euro, and this really is a Fnatic classic. Even stolen the ult rounds.
Trying to up the tempo, going with the contingency off here, the dimensional drift to clear out the C site, and it's gonna be a full execute now.
Whoa, wait, there might be an opportunity for a recontester garage here for M80. Spikes has moved his way back into this
Net
position,
is the
but he's
person that has Killjoy ult, so he definitely doesn't want to go down garage here. Yeah.
Lockdown out. Aldrone scouts.
He can go down now, he's used it, I guess. Oh, traded the lockdown.
Lockdown does get destroyed, and Silence takes good effect of it. Kill contract comes through. 1v1 me, bro.
Oh, they're gonna knife it. They're gonna knife it.
Later.
Never mind.
That was awesome, man.
At least they had everything.
He had a very good half.
He
had a very good half.
There was definitely going to be a guaranteed round, no matter what, coming out from 2G. But the value that Price
Bro, it's
has
just
been
an
getting
absolute
out of
party
these
over there.
to not allow Net and M80 to get the most value out of the lockdown was everything there, especially giving his life away. I think that was Spike as that Yoru. Even if he died to Xander, at least he broke that lockdown. And that was a great selfless play to allow 2G to tally up 9 rounds of their first half on a composition that they've never played before, on a map that they haven't played all year, and they have an opportunity now to push this into M80's permaban that they never played all year.
That
couldn't write Ascension any better than this.
Yeah, I mean, I like this from 2G. Like saving
again, you know, for 2 games,
saving a map like this for playoffs is so big.
Not a map that they've played.
Just having it ready.
The ISO was effective in terms of Silence finding kills, but I'm not gonna lie, there were
yeah,
moments where
that's really
finding
sick.
the same value that you would normally expect, especially considering these, you know, trendsetters of Fnatic and how they played it, but still making good use of it. I mean, the first half numbers are pretty solid. Obviously, at the end, it starts to come through, but I don't know. It's one of those situations that now I think the question really ramps up because, let's be candid.
Yeah, again, for people that are new in the halves, the coaches can speak to each of the teams.
You have to
so
play aggressive with. It's just it's
remind you about everything that's going on.
There's not really any other option. You really
Game
can't
plan, the anti, your own stuff.
You have to play as a 5-man force early for something like a trap play,
to
or
play
you
against
play for
this
a 5-man
comp.
retake. It's just not a lot of extra
Knowing
utility.
that the ISO double damage is going to go fast over towards A, that they like to fight A a lot.
I still think, though, they have a pretty decent composition to hold somewhat into the defensive side, because Pricey could definitely hold a lot of information on his own on one half of the map, while the rest here could try to play. They can still play good retakes with recon darts and flashes coming out from Spike and Zap. So I don't necessarily think that it's necessarily a bad cop to play on defense. Definitely, because you're playing double duelists, it almost looks like you have to be fairly aggressive, but there's still great util coming out from an ISO that allows for you to scale back that maybe
if they made to lose 2 Ascension finals, yeah, it'd be the same as what happened to Rare Atom.
See how it all builds.
Like a Orc's Nightmare.
Has been kind of stapled to their identity as being an aggressive side, or aggressive team rather, I should say.
Oh, this is a nice Cypher setup for the defense. Koala broke the cam,
but he can
so he thinks he cleared the info, but there's a trip.
There's a trip again. We've seen a couple of these recently. So the Killjoy one.
So good.
Doesn't give it up fully yet, though, and Luis, meanwhile,
he picked up the trip and he placed the trip deeper.
Yeah.
So you can free a rotate.
You want to fight this. There's the double tap. First shot going to be countered. 1-for-1 goes the initial exchange, but M80 not feeling good about this backup, and now they're going to go to garage.
This whole time it was just one player per Spike
they
on
get
the A
2
side, so
people on site.
The most numbers
one goes back site.
For 2G.
They've read this though, have 2G's defense.
Yeah, what are we doing here? Where are we going?
Maybe
The
thinking
callback
about
to
trying
A
push
would
through the
be
window.
unreal.
Net
The
is
callback
already
to
up.
B is...
Do they hear anything? Here's the re-wrap back. Luis holding into a corner.
This is
With
really,
just
really
need to
weird.
go 1 for 1, you'd think. M80 doubling back again, but Luis
they
has
double
cleared
back
the front of
again?
B, so now the defense can start to get
Hard
to
to
work.
get
on
into here.
putting
This
their
guy
attention
backside
right
should
back
be
over towards
alright,
C.
man.
Slipping through. Paranoia out. Spikes. Pardon me. Sorry, man. I guess I wasn't familiar with your game. 2-tap headshot comes through, and the last
Hey,
one standing
lovely
is
from
Xander,
them,
who's
man.
Oh,
flying
he
around
did
with
great.
This map.
And wow. How about those ghost
There's some
shots?
great
A
shots.
game of cat and mouse in the pistol round, having 2 players inserted into the garage, both Xander and Net. They try to pull a rotate by running back towards the front of the B site. Net calls it. Here's a little bit of a rotate. They're weaker now on the B site. They're weaker now on C.
Oh, look at
Let's
it.
try to head back towards that spot, but 2G was not giving them any type of space or any type of free kills. It ended up being a 1 for 1, and then Spike's just playing the off angle when you don't have too much utility left on your last moments trying to hit the site. And there you just land your shots, you win the pistol, and it's looking once again to be, unfortunately, not the cleanest haven that we're seeing coming out of M80.
That is a lovely time in this.
play here
And
by
he
Luis,
could
followed
absolutely
up
clean
by
them
the
up as they all ate the
vulnerability
double
on the ice
damage.
side. I believe from the other side of the map, looked like it. Nismo last one left, and he's stuck. Wow. Overwhelming pressure. 2G up 11-3 on a map they have yet to ever show. And
Pretty
whoa,
clean
are
without
they cooking.
losing any guns.
Oh yeah,
That's also here on
they're
the
just
amount of
smashing them on
times
this
that
map.
M80 have been
It's
playing
such
this
a
map of
dude, it's such a
Haven
hard
where
comp to play
they've
against.
been studying the tape when they were playing against All Knights on top of that
The
yesterday.
thing about
when
ISO, man, ISO
M80
is
lost at what,
strong.
13-3 against All
Yeah.
Knights.
I feel like if
Definitely
you
2G
have
is like,
a
oh,
good
we definitely
spacing
have what it takes
with
here to play
ISO, you
against
should
this
be
composition.
unbeatable.
How All Knights look pretty good
'Cause
here.
Just 'cause
against
He's getting
M80.
his
always
shield
getting a
again
You mentioned that
and
vulnerability
trading.
to
Yeah.
fight back towards the B main hit was perfect. Look at another contingency. Shock darts on top of that, but it misses.
Yeah.
Thankfully
Paranoia
here we
follows.
stayed back for M80.
That's a lot of utility spent, but 2G will have
Immediately
a lobby
clear
control.
the pressure on it.
And as Spikes makes his way over to C, he's looking to hit a blindside up and over the box. There's the bomb
Wow.
flash, and he sees everything.
Oh my
right
Wow.
That's so
Oh,
unlucky.
down the Bulldog
That's a sick
spam.
flash, man.
Does not connect. Prizey, backside of the site, trying to stay alive through the aftershock. Has to find cover, 'cause
And then
BCJ's
CB
on the
finds
way
him as
in,
well.
and M80
How
are gonna
is
get
that
their
clean?
fourth as soon as they deal with Zap.
Yeah, I don't know how they got away with the side hit
And
this
that
easy.
is a saving grace
Because
here
it
for
was
M80
looking
because
outrageous,
you
that
mentioned,
flash,
yes,
they
a lot
ate
of
it.
utility
That's
was
a
being
really
used
nice
there
flash.
from 2G's side,
Like,
but
I'm
it
just trying to
actually
think of the
funneled
actual POV of
all
how it would
M80
look
were
on
in
when
towards
you're
the
running
C-side,
up.
where
You
all
literally
of
don't
the
see that
cyber
until
trips
it
are being
pops.
set up there for
And
Yeah,
then
you
you
don't.
turn in that.
I think we're just a little bit. We committed
And it's off
little
a
bit
camera
much,
too,
rather,
so
for the
he's
flash
hitting
out
the
of
flash.
Spikes. Yes,
Yeah.
they
He
got
knows
so many
someone's
players
there.
blinded, and he just had a little bit of an RNG moment where he couldn't even get one, unfortunately. But outside of that, you're kind of
He got unlucky because there was too many targets, so he kind of didn't choose one.
Pick up the free kill.
Yeah.
So that is, again, saving grace for M80 to convert a very healthy gun round against the bonus of 2G. But 2G still has great control at the defensive side, putting M80 in moments and positions where they want to fight them
Wow.
until that happens.
Yeah, just a walk down 1v1, and Xander's not done. Whoa, okay. How about that? Opens things up nicely here. Gun round looking pretty precarious.
That's
for
when you have
2G,
someone on your team who can do
3v5.
that.
Net on the back pedal. Will get safely into a lobby. He's the one responsible for
A
this
really
angle,
good
though.
reactive push, but they should
And
constantly.
Spikes
Yeah,
is
I was
coming
gonna say they should
around.
constantly be on
Net
top of
is
this.
primed and ready. 5v2.
Yes, Wham,
Surely
with
2G
the
are looking to save.
Slug Club membership on YouTube. Thank you so much, bro.
No choice at that
Thank you for the
point.
support. What do you
This
think about
is
this
a
comp?
lure.
Wait, what
I
do you
mean, an
think
expensive
about
buy
the
coming out from
comp?
2G and
Is in
nothing
this
that
comp?
can carry
Dude, this is a
over
great comp.
with the extension
This
of
is
looks so
great
hard to
for-
play against.
80 are overreading this.
This
They're
is
going
great for
back towards the
M80
C
here
site.
because they got 3 1v1s on A. But if they kept going A, they wouldn't see the deep cam on C. But now they saw it.
They could lose this.
Good on one. And 80 stuck at the choke point.
Oh my.
Paranoia hits everything, but all just the transfer not
Yeah,
there
they
for
really
Prize.
could have lost that
With
because
the
they
target-rich
all
environment,
tanked that
maybe just
Omen
don't know
flash
who to
as
shoot
well.
at
Yeah,
sometimes.
that
And
another
put
great
themselves-
flash.
put
Really, really
themselves
close.
another one on the board.
Can you see
Two
everyone changing their
times
comp
there
next
where a
year?
pop flash just
There'll be some
catches M80 off
similarities,
guard,
right?
and
Ascent is normally going to
unfortunately
stay
there,
similar.
as you
I think
mentioned,
this
just
Haven
too
comp
many
is going to be
targets
very
choose from, like,
popular.
I don't know which
People
one.
will probably use a little bit more Astra.
But
Astra 5
thankfully
stars
here,
is
you're able to
very
convert
good.
another round there for M80, and that could have
So yeah,
been
we'll see some.
fairly dangerous, looking on the side here of
It feels like the
attack
best
because of
meta at the
crossfire
moment.
that was set up.
There's so many
From
possibilities
that
right
trip,
now. It's very open
ended
for
up being
teams.
so good
Like I
for
don't think
2G,
people can
where it
flame
looked like we were gonna
many
see,
comps
oh,
unless they
look
like
at that
fundamentally have an
vandal
issue or a
The
weakness.
slow motion is criminal.
And that gets like heavy exploited. Ooh, we're trying to hide from the
Fault line set
recon.
through early for M80 down A long. Pistols out and
And they're just on top of it.
Spikes is dead. There's
I think they
nowhere
saw
to go
the
there,
smoke
brother.
coming.
Yeah.
M80 looking like they just want to
Yeah,
just
they
take
mu-
this
they must
straight
have
over to
seen
A.
something, or,
Silence
like,
has been good in these moments, but not
They
this
must have seen
time.
something.
And that will
About
likely be
that,
enough for them to just say,
TSM did
"Let's take our
something
5v
about this
multiple
on C
somewhere
against
else if we
them
want
too.
to. Get the
They
defense
do
little
a
more limited on
dart that's close C, like
This was where you're
right
going
on
to start
the
scaling ultimates as well here
left
for
corner
M80. So
of the
far, the second half has been working well for them.
C
Yeah,
lane.
like this.
2G,
I
as I
think I've
mentioned
seen.
before,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
I'm
not
seeing
necessarily
it.
the composition
That's
that
exactly what
you think
it
would
is.
be
TSM
the
did
weakest
it
here
against
on the
them and
defensive side.
stole
I still
around.
think they could be fairly decent, but they are giving a little bit of their tells at the beginning of these rounds where they keep
Yeah,
trying to go for
we'll see
these
some good changes.
contingency shot
Especially as we're
darts,
seeing
blinded
some
hits here
buffs.
onto M80.
We got a Sage
M80
buff,
so
we got
far
a
at the beginning of
Phoenix
these
buff
rounds,
coming
they
up.
haven't really been
That's a little bit
contesting that
scary,
area
depending
from
on
the get-go.
how
I've been
strong
avoiding
it
all that
is.
utility from the start,
More scary
and
for
that
ranked, I
gives
would
them an
say,
opportunity to work
Phoenix-wise.
that map a little bit more to their favor, especially
Sage
on
and
the
Pro
east side
play
of the
for
map,
sure could be
where
ranked.
now,
Sage and ranked is good
that
as well.
that
Do
conditioning here
you
for
hunt
M80 that says, hey,
as
we're not
breach
really
here
hitting this
for the
A
orb?
site really,
Yeah.
and we're finishing towards C a lot into the mid
1000%.
You might see one of those moments where they just want to brute force it back after the initial utility
There
from
it
2G
is.
on the A side and just re-hit A, especially going into the next round
Now
where
going for
Nismo
the
has
jab.
a Rolling Thunder available for them
Yeah,
to really
both.
hit this site.
Well, it's Blacklight flawless here for M80 against the full shares.
Someone bought it out, Bacon. Heretics bought it out, right?
Starts to fill up round by
The
round.
Haven Sage.
11-3 comeback. I don't want to say is impossible because we've seen it once before already in this event. Shout out to that Caloris and All Knights matchup. Never thought I'd see the day in a major
What
tournament.
about
that
Vice
would
on
happen,
Ascent?
but it
Vice
did.
on Ascent's pretty
So
good.
there's
The problem is
definitely
you're
a
most
chance
likely
here.
getting rid of the
Just comes down
KO,
to
which
can
then
you
just means that
keep
people
the
can just run
puzzle
fast strats
putting
against
together,
you,
you know,
which
keep
then
this
kind of means that you're
momentum
weak
building,
against the
'cause, again, I
KO
just
comp.
worry
The
that
KO
they go
can
for
just
2G
like
off this
spam
composition,
really
they're gonna be caught
fast
trying to
hits
play too
against you. So
Definitely.
I do think
And
Vice
now
is
for
like
M80 as
kind of
well
good,
is
but
to try to see if they
I don't know,
want to
man.
counter into that aggression.
The problem with
too.
Ascent
So
is that
2G now
default comp
realizing,
is
I
so
mean,
good.
this is a great moment to call
Vice
the
can
timeout.
counter that,
I think there was
surely.
a couple of rounds ago where 2G felt like they had full control
You'd be
of
surprised,
this
man.
map,
Like
so
a
they
set
permitted
B
themselves to
exec
overpeak and really
fast
tried to
is
overextend a couple of
crazy
these
hard
fights
unless you have
just
another.
because their shots were landing on how they were fighting against M80.
And then even
They're
a
realizing
lot of
here
the
that
stuff is
M80
hard.
are
I get that
really
there's a
staying
wall and
as
stuff,
a
but you can also
pack
break
to
this
try
stuff
to
with
fight into
KO,
map
Nade,
control,
and
not
Sova.
too much defaulting
And
into extremities
Killjoy
or
Molly as
keeping
well.
players inserted
It's a
into
comp that
these
has so
heavy
much.
gun rounds. So now the timeout is going into that. Would you want to save? Okay, I thought we were going restrained to action. I was going to go crazy there. But I thought it was going to be in those moments where you're going to try to save a little bit more of the vulnerability in the shock darts to try to play
Yeah, you'll
this
see some
retakes, 'cause you
people
really haven't had a
experiment
chance
for
to
sure.
go for a full 5-player
We're in a good
retake
spot at the
either.
moment. It'll be
Yeah,
fun.
that's very
And the cool
true.
thing about next year is there's
So
more
lots of things
breaks
to
in
discuss,
between
a lot of
the
things to think
events.
over as we get
So
into our
teams
next
should have
full
some
gun
really
round here,
good
round
stuff down.
18. Lots of ultimates on the table as well. In particular, look at Nismo with the Rolling Thunder. Spike
Exactly.
may also just sit here and say, I've got dimensional drift. Let's heavy stack one side of the map and play for retake on the other as Zap gets to work on his Hunter's Fury. Spike's going to get aggressive, though. Oh, that's just one of those moments where you wonder,
140.
maybe a little
Phantom
too
moment.
greedy.
Phantom moment though, it was a 140 there onto Koala Noob where he potentially was trying to TP out of that, but again, the game plan was there. Rolling Thunder going into the A site. You saw that for 2G. They wanted to play a little bit more
Recon?
passively and try to play the retake with Util,
Oh,
but this
did
time
you use
they
his
won't
recon
have
early?
spikes,
Oh,
they
yeah,
won't
he
have
did.
flashes to retake into the site
He
for 2G.
recon for the A
A
take.
lot of chunk damage
There
off those
is a
shock darts
lot
from
of
Zap.
damage done here. If Nismo can get under Heaven, then they win the round. Oh, okay, this works a little bit better. Xander goes under Heaven, still has Omen Flash. Should be an impossible retake.
Could
be Omen Flash for Omen Flash, Omen Flash for Omen Flash.
Paranoia now on the way in.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Omen Flash for Omen Flash, they gotta go back.
With
You have to
the
respect the
stun.
one way, and
They're out of utility.
Someone would have to mess up, I feel like.
Quality off the reveal. Silence trying to play around the backside of the dark cover. It's not going to work.
Yeah,
mess up.
they save too much util here.
code on the spike site, and M80 have flipped
What's
the
the
eco
money?
back
I
into
didn't even
their
check the
favor
money.
again.
Do they have to eco?
The best thing that they had
Yeah,
was
they
paranoia
eco
to
again.
try to
Oh,
come
really?
They have
with
buy
the
of some
recon
sorts.
dart. It only pings one player on top of that, and the other ones were just able to avoid it because
Unless
you're not
they
flashed, you're not
force
being
with light
blinded
shields.
by, a Euro flash. You can't really run around.
But
You
on
don't have to
defense
run
it's
around the
harder
site trying to
because you
look for
don't
some
get
cover. And
plants, right?
speaking of
So
cover, the one way is being
it's
thrown
hard to
by
get
Xander
the
as
extra
well.
money
Into
for
the
to do it.
spawn to not allow
Yeah.
2G to get the best out of the reflex. once
Breach
they
ult diff.
find
Yeah,
the
I mean
pings,
that's
when
why
they move
breach
in
ult.
with a
This is
contingency
why the
wall.
majority of
So
breach ults
that's
go over towards
beautiful
A,
display
just so
from
you can
M80
save that
in
better
these
util.
post-plant scenarios. Again, doing a great job
Like normally
punishing
people
the
will
first blood
actually use an
against
omen
the
flash anyway, and you
overcommitment
just save
of
like the
Spike
breach
right here
damage
once
when they
again,
omen
trying to
flash.
contest towards the A side.
But
You saw
Whoa.
3.
they kind of
That's how you
kind of
answer
save both.
Yeah, I'll say. And now there's an opportunity with this stack over towards A long. They can push up and collect this weapon, and M80 are aware of that.
It's gonna be
So they're
interesting
make an aggressive
because
move
this
over
could
towards
backfire for 2G.
Spike gets the lead immediately.
4v5 and you get a little bit looser with your ults.
And over towards the backside of the defensive spawn. How
And then, okay,
risky is
3v5, we're definitely going to use ults now.
So that's enough for him to find an elimination, but the Nanostorm to follow will keep the numbers.
This is gonna be
for
important.
now.
There goes
Favor
one.
2G, but the plant is on.
Sorry,
And
4v3.
But Net's gonna put his down right away. Are they gonna wait this
Yeah,
out?
and
Are
this
they
is one of
gonna
those
secure it?
combos.
So
Net
Arnold
gets a
into this
kill
one, Louis
before.
Spice.
Might have
Yeah,
done
1-for-1's
enough
not bad
here.
Considering it's a double ult setup. Lockdown expires. Here comes the retake. Xander wants to hold close. Steps in. He's able to avoid
ISO
the
diff,
recon,
man.
but not the double tap. Just down to Nismo.
Yeah, that's the
Is out, and again,
that's what I'm talking about, the ISO and the
he gets
spacing.
out of this one. Sam is right there waiting in 2G. Put us on match point.
How does a double tap save you as
Yeah,
Nismo
the
goes
shield.
inside that smoke? He actually hits
Get
the
shot, you
headshot, but the
survive.
double tap saves
ISO.
him, which then allows there for the rest of 2G to flood inside that smoke. The spike flash coming out of that one as well. You already knew it was going to be a commitment coming out here from 2G as they were committing on these fights and winning these fights before M80 was still able to set up into the post plant. And yeah, you're gonna call the timeout for M80 for sure. This is map point.
Treacher, thank you so much. Thank you with the tier 1.
First time on the stage playing
Thank
a
you so much,
BO5,
dude. Appreciate the 17
and they're
months.
about to push this into a map 5.
Map 5? Yeah, looking likely.
Unbelievable scenes. I mean, wow. Drama, thick as ever. 2 game. Now a chance. They
ISO,
set just
yeah,
the
I don't like
distance
ISO, man.
Where they would technically,
like
again,
ISO.
coming out of the upper bracket, this is where their advantage
I will say
comes to
ISO is the
play.
least
It's at
fun
end of a
to
series
play
that looks
against
like
in
this.
ranked as well.
But can they get it over the hurdle? Because even though that's a throwaway in some regard by M80, there's still a lot of success they've been able to build on offense. So this tactical pause coming out of it, can they clean up
ISO
those
Neon.
things?
See, I
Can they
don't mind
find
playing
a
against
way
the Neon.
to catch 5 in a row? The problem would be 2 games.
I can laugh off the Neon, man. Like, if a Neon slides by me, I whiff. I'm like, sure.
And you almost have to at
Like
this
an
point your
ISO,
shift.
I don't know.
Because
so
again,
annoying.
find the perma-ban for
It's so
M80.
annoying.
The last time they played that map was a map 4, the 4th map that they played against the Guard, where they lost in overtime.
ISO
12 to
Reina.
14.
Yeah, just
And you definitely
Just kills
don't
and
want
trades
to
that should have happened.
force this into the 5th map.
Neon takes more skill.
Everything in the
Yeah.
map veto was in your favor here to close it.
I think
right now.
Reina, even Reina
Flex
takes more
pickup,
skill
though.
because you
Offensive
have to get a
operating
kill
spikes,
to
I
get
believe,
out.
was seen by
ISO
the
you
drone
don't
late
really.
as it started to
You can
cruise
just
its
pop
way
the
into
shield.
garage window. 1v1 isolated between the Omens here over towards A lobby. Luis sneaks under the box. Silence nearby. But all of this is just Xander trying to make sure the flank stays held.
Where he holds this, the
As
longer
Garage
this
has already
guy's
been
going to own
taken,
people.
And the 2G defense are going to rely on a trap
Long as he
wire
doesn't
to defend B and stack the C side
stand
instead.
up.
I was about to mention that too, because the turret hasn't seen
BCJ
anybody
is coming
towards
to
middle. I think it would have been a
drone.
good call as they're stopping the
Okay,
tempo
guy
here to
from
maybe
short.
break some
He's-
util
wait,
towards the front.
coming
That
to
will pull out the
recon.
rotate out from 2G or force the hand on that side. Seems to be the case to start. They are trying to walk up slowly here. It's been smoked out. Now
Yeah, and
Luis
this
in
is the
hole for
difference
that drop from
between
Xander.
droning and reconning.
Not checking corners,
And
again, careful.
that's why everyone
Everyone
everyone will use their drone there. You got too many angles to check.
Only able to find one.
Sometimes you gotta learn the hard way.
But is that enough to securely get this plant put together? 4v2. There's the vulnerability. Fault line to response.
That's
Someone
BCJ's
sidesteps.
ult.
It doesn't make a difference. BCJ still snaps over it. Oh, BCJ
hold up.
opens the door for a 1v1. Luis v Nismo. Luis off the bat. Nismo prepared for this. How does the action
no.
happen? Ah, Luis
Very,
wins
very
the
nice, man.
1v1.
Okay,
You
we
want
go
a
to
fight?
binds.
You
So
got it.
this was 2G's permaban. And then now we got M80's permaban.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a nice comp that they had there. Shout out to the Fnatic comp.